Wow, it's time for another show full of tips and ideas from the sales growth leadership expert, Dean Akers. Known for his experience in hyper-growing companies and creating cultures for high-performance teams, here's Dean.
Well, welcome to your Sales and Leadership Ninja Show. I'm your head ninja, Dean Akers, and every week I bring you a rant to stimulate your thinking in either the realm of sales and or leadership. Today's show kind of correlates with sales and leadership, but it's how to test your company's sales health. I'm often told about growth, and I meet with companies and they go, wow, we got to get out and do this, that, and that. We need to hire more people. We need to open new locations. And when I talk to them, they share with me how big their sales growth is. And so one of the litmus tests that publicly traded companies and really successful companies go through is a question they have to answer to both their shareholders and to themselves. So I want to pose that to you, the business owner or sales manager today, for yourself. And candidly, if you're one of our sales people that are listening, that tune in every week, I would offer it up for you too as an individual. So if you're a business owner or a sales manager, I want to share something that I've helped companies for the last 30 years to ensure real growth. I so often hear from companies that tell me about their sales growth and how happy they are. My first question I ask, have you added locations or have you added salespeople? Now, you would think when I ask that question, they would just, get tight or something. But that's actually a source of pride when I ask that question to them, because they always go, yes. And so then therein lies the big questions and the real dive that I have. So if you answer yes, then always my next question is the most important. Did the locations and or your salespeople you had for the last full year, did those locations and salespeople have true sales growth, or was your growth in your company from adding new locations and people? This is important because the term same sales or same store sales growth is the true measurement of growth when you're evaluating companies. And so when I have CEOs or owners or sales managers or even salespeople talk about, not individuals, but they talk about how their sales growth has gone, and they've in fact added salespeople and or locations. And then when we go back and we look at their sales team and say, hey, these people were with you last year, did these individuals have sales growth? And the answer is no, there's a problem. If these locations that you had year on year didn't have sales growth, bam, we have a problem. So at the end of the day, it's the true measurement of growth. It's the true measurement of growth. If you're not looking at that, you need to look at that tonight or tomorrow or after you finish this podcast. So when a company's valuation is being established, the most important measurement is location on location growth or salespeople on salespeople growth. So that's something you really want to measure. Sales growth because you're just adding locations or people, but existing isn't growing, is a real clue to systemic company problems. In other words, if you're not growing, you really have problems, and just stacking new locations and stacking new people is not answering those problems. And it's easy to dismiss, but it's very, very critical. So what do you do if this is going on? You need to stop what you're doing and take a deep breath and look back and start focusing on your same location growth. Same with your salespeople. Focus on same sales growth with your salespeople. And this starts by asking why, and really start deep diving the whys. And it's not just the economy that some people say. I always have found, and the operative word is always, that when I find stagnant or reverse sales growth, it's never the external influences. It's easy to blame the external influences like the economy or competition or whatever, but I always find it's execution, and the operative word is always. So my experience has always been execution of your plan, of the plan, and your customers' engagement. This one phenomenon has when where the opportunity to get a company and help companies always has been based. When I start dissecting execution and customer engagements, that's where 100% of the time I find the problem. Notice I said 100%, not at 99. I didn't say some of the phenomena, the market and blah, blah, blah. Even when you have a lousy physical location and it's doing X and you don't have growth on X, even in a lousy location, the same phenomena exists of customer engagement and execution of the plan. So when we figure this out, and that's why I share with you, it's very important to go back and dissect and really look at this. When we figure this out, immediately the company's health improves. Immediately the company's health improves. And oh, by the way, once you break the code and understand this engagement of your same location and same salesperson growth, now when you start stacking on locations and salespeople, now you have crazy cool phenomenal growth and profitability. So when you're stagnated, make sure that you're doing this analysis. So this week, I want you to really take a deep dive of your company and make sure that you have great sales, same sales growth with your people and same sales growth with your locations. And that's critical. So do that this week. Convene if you don't have same sales growth with your key people and your locations, then convene your leadership and really sit down and charge them with coming back with a strategy to help create this phenomenon of location growth and salespeople growth. This is critical. Getting this right ensures your company's health and long-term viability. So your charge is really to get out there and make sure your same store sales growth and same salespeople sales growth year on year is really happening. So thanks for tuning in every week, and remember to share if this helps you. My book, Self-Talk, Think Like a Child, is available on Amazon. I have had a lot of sales recently of this, so I know it's hitting home. If you haven't read it, you need to read Self-Talk, Think Like a Child. I think it'll really help you. And if you ever have a question, you can just email me at help@deanakers.com. That's help@deanakers.com. And every week, all the questions I get, I answer them. I get back and engage and help. So I'm always glad to help you. So do a real sales health checkup. Same location, same sales people growth are the true measurement of your business health. Ensure that that's going on, and you'll end up having great successes with your business. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed this week's show. Subscribe today to our podcast and send questions or thoughts to help@deanakers.com. Also, visit us at www.deanakers.com to listen to prior shows and view helpful videos. Also, great tips to download. Thanks again. See you next week.